charged in US over plot to murder Khalistani terrorist Pannun. Yadav is accused of coordinating an assassination attempt on Pannun, a dual US-Canadian citizen. US charged former Indian spy with murder for hire and money laundering. US indictment report said that the plot reportedly began in the month of May last year. It was planned by Yadav, then an employee of the Indian government. Yadav allegedly collaborated with Indian national Nikhil Gupta to orchestrate the assassination of Pannun. US alleges Vikash Yadav, Nikhil Gupta paid money for Pannun's assassination to the tune of about $1 lakh or so. Report also said that Vikash Yadav and Nikhil Gupta discussed Nijar killing as well and wanted Pannun killed soon after his murder. I'm going to go straight across to Shivani Sharma, getting in more details on that big story. What more can you tell us about the former RAW officer who has now been indicted? Get us the details here, Shivani.
Neha, on Thursday, US has brought out this charge against the then Government of India employee, the raw agent. That's what it's being said in the FBI's investigation, that Vikash Yadav was involved in the murder attempt of Pannun, who happens to be a US and Canadian citizen. He has a dual citizenship. And the FBI in its investigation has brought out a document, and it has in fact given a release in which it has said that Vikash Yadav was involved with some other Indians also for this point plot. That was around May 2023. So this was the time, remember, this happened right before Nijar was also killed in Canada, and Canada has been accusing involvement of India, though it hasn't brought any proof yet. Neha, now United States is accusing and bringing charges. In fact, FBI has a detailed document in which it is claiming that Vikash Yadav, who was a government employee, he was working for RAW, and he was involved along with others. They had framed a plot, and this was a case of a hired murder in which they were about to give some money to the killers. And he was also associated with Nikhil Gupta. These two people have been named by FBI in this particular document. And on Thursday, a release has been brought with these charges against these Indians.
All right, Shivani, getting in those details. We'll just come back to you in a moment from now, Shivani, with that detailed report on Vikash Yadav, the man, the former RAW officer, who had started to plot this entire assassination. Sources indicate also in the month of May. This was last year. Let's tell you a little about who is this man, Vikash Yadav. He's been charged by the US in kill Pannun plot. Allegedly hired Indian Nikhil Gupta to kill Pannun is what we are learning. Yadav was a senior field officer for RAW. All right. So how was this plot really hatched? Let's get you more details on that front. Let's take a look. In the month of May last year, ex-RAW officer Vikash Yadav directed plot to assassinate Pannun. Vikash Yadav used Amanat as an alias and lived in India while plotting this murder. The former RAW officer hired Indian national Nikhil Gupta to kill Pannun. The name has come up in the past as well. Nikhil Gupta contacted another person, believing him to be a criminal associate person. This was contacted by Nikhil, working with the US law enforcement, essentially the CS. That's what the report says. A month onwards, in the month of June, Vikash Yadav, Nikhil Gupta, hired a hitman, paid in advance for the murder. In the same month, in the month of June, 18th of June, Hardeep Singh Nijar, close aide of Pannun, was killed. Yadav sent Gupta a video of Nijar's blood-soaked body. That's what happened. On the 19th of June 2023, Nikhil Gupta asked hitman to kill Pannun as soon as possible. That was the order that was given. Towards the end of June, on the 30th, Nikhil Gupta was arrested in Czech Republic at the request of the US. In the month of September 2023, former RAW officer Vikash Yadav, arrested in Delhi, currently is out on bail. This essentially is from the indictment report that has been prepared by the US. So a little about who is Vikash Yadav. Charged by the US in kill Pannun plot. That's the man on your screens. Allegedly hired Indian Nikhil Gupta to kill Pannun. Yadav is a senior field officer for R&AW. Is responsible for security management and also for intelligence. Served as assistant commandant within the CRPF. He received weapons and paratrooper training as well, making him well equipped. Amid India versus Canada showdown over Hardeep Nijjar murder case, the United States of America has claimed that they are satisfied with India's cooperation in the foiled assassination plot of Khalistani terrorist and SJF chief Pannun. US claims that New Delhi had informed that the individual who was accused of directing the assassination plot on US soil is no longer an employee of the Indian government. Take a look at this report.
The Modi government is having an all-out diplomatic war with Canada, with toes heading towards deep freeze. But India is much better off when it comes to Canada's Five Eye partner, US. In the probe into alleged plot to kill Khalistani terrorist Gurpatwant Singh Pannu, India has reportedly informed the US about its action of arresting a former RAW official who was named by the US as CC1, a key player in the murder plot. Yadav is no longer employed with Government of India and is out on bail. Reacting to India's action, the US expressed satisfaction over progress made by India.
They did inform us that the individual who was named in the Justice Department indictment is no longer an employee of the Indian government. We are satisfied with the cooperation. It continues to be an ongoing process. We continue to work with them on that, but we do appreciate the cooperation, and we appreciate them updating us on their investigation as we update them on ours.
India has sent a probe team to the US to coordinate with American security officials in the Pannu probe. India maintains that there is no official sanction for any kill plot. An Indian national, Nikhil Gupta, who was allegedly recruited by Yadav, was arrested in Prague earlier this year. He has been extradited to the US to face trial. Bureau Report, India Today.